Oh snap! What's going on there, YouTube?
What's going on out there, YouTube?
So we're back
One more time
for a what are we doing? I'm just playing. We're doing a review on Gotham, y'all.
A new episode.
The brand new episode of Gotham.
What episode is this? Bring on ahead time.
I think it's actually episode 17, but let me confirm and make sure.
All right. So
actually, no, it is 18.
18.
The episode's name is Everyone Has a Cobblepot. The episode description is: while Gordon seeks information about the recent controversy with Commissioner Loeb, Fish's allegiance with the prisoners is questioned when she appears to join forces with Dr. Dulmacher. Meanwhile, after the attack close at home, Bruce deals with the aftermath of what happened to Alfred. So, I mean, last episode was crazy. I mean, the fact is, your boy Fish, or your girl Fish, gouged the eye out.
See, that's how rugged that action was. He just called her a man, YouTube.
I mean, yeah. I mean,
so
yeah.
rugged.
She was real. I mean, instead of giving them the satisfaction of actually having her eyes, because she figured, all right, they're going to take my eyes anyway. Okay, I'm going to take them out anyway, and I'm going to step on it. So you ain't even going to get this one. I can do without that. She's crazy. Alfred gets stabbed by a guy that he's known for years over something that Bruce did in just seconds. So that means that the fact is that people are after Bruce without him even really knowing it. I mean, they've already got, I mean, his parents are dead, right? But now it looks like he's making waves, so now he's on the limelight. And Alfred is waking up just this episode because he got stabbed and he was in the hospital. Only Gordon was there to be able to be there to comfort him, to help him out. And then now with Cobblepot, I mean, Penguin was in rare form this episode, y'all. Like, he was, what's the best way to put it? He was a deadly slime ball. That's a good way of putting it. Like, he designed a scenario where Gordon and Bullock were in that basically took two people that were dangerous villains, technically, very dangerous. Like, there was a point where everybody was in this barn kind of area. They went secluded out. It's a different part of the storyline I can't talk about. But when they get out there, and the environment is so eerie and so weird, it kind of felt like a Walking Dead kind of scenario, because you don't know what's going to really happen. But who goes out on the end on top? Penguin. Every single time, this guy is just like over excelling in everything. And then with Jada's situation with Fish, I mean, this episode, I didn't expect any of the stuff that, from last episode to this episode, I didn't expect anything to happen, especially looking at the previews. I was looking at the previews looking, okay, they're going to reintroduce Harvey Dent into this one. And then, like, Gordon's going to go and uncover a mystery about something that was in Bullock's past or something like that. That's all I thought. I didn't know that they were going to go and bring Commissioner Loeb involved with it. They're going to bring Flask involved with it. They're going to go and intricately show how dangerous and deadly Dulmacher, not Dulmacher, really is. Like, it just surprised me with every single turn, man. What's your thoughts, Joe?
Well, I mean, you mentioned all of them right now. So those are my thoughts exactly, everyone. All right, but seriously, you know, there's definitely after the show, you know, they announced that they're gonna have new episodes coming in April. So I don't know if that
next week we ain't getting no new episodes.
No new episodes. Okay, so you definitely want to check out these last two episodes, guys, especially this one. If you haven't watched the previous episode before, don't watch this one yet. Watch the one before, then watch this one. Yeah. Because these two episodes, like, they're pivotal. Yeah. These two are very pivotal in the series. So you don't want to get ahead of yourself in that aspect. Definitely want to let you guys know without spoiling too much what's kind of taking place. But these episodes are definitely crucial, action-packed, twist and plot. Check them out, please do, and you can actually like know what we're talking about. These two episodes prove, I was telling Sam this, these two episodes prove to the whole world why this is my favorite television show right now. Okay? So do that.
I mean, I think that the big thing about this show is you're never gonna guess what's gonna happen next.
Exactly.
Like, this episode, for a person to just kind of like just walked into the episode without knowing like the previous episode, they're like, man, what is this craziness? They probably would look at it as a spectator, like, okay, I don't understand what this is going on, you know? And then maybe somebody that's a comic book buff might look at something that the Dulmacher just did in this episode. It's like, okay, I know what he's doing, but I thought this show was more grounded than this. I thought that this is just like a crime thriller kind of drama. And I wouldn't expect somebody like Penguin to do this to this kind of person in this way, or for this situation to happen, to have this grittiness to this dark area, but at the same time, go without no ranges. Like, there's nothing that could happen. I mean, I know I'm kind of like a bum record, but I didn't expect to not only see Harvey Dent, Dulmacher for the first time, that's actually the dude that played in Chronicles of Riddick and Face Off. I didn't expect to get Commissioner Loeb in this episode, and Bruce got an interaction with Kat, with Selena, and it was such an interesting, subtle moment because I was like taken back for a second because I was like, man, didn't she just diss him? Like, didn't she just deny, like, even like knowing that she's saying basically that she didn't see who murdered his parents? And just a shot in the face that, okay, I did all this just to lie to you. But yet, she's there for him. And she's putting herself out there in this kind of way. And it's real subtle. Like, they have a real relationship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, even though they're not dating or nothing's really there, there is a bond there. Even though she's hurt him, he's still willing to sit there and be right there. And it's not just because he's love-struck. It's a understanding and a respect there. Yeah. But at the same time, she's learning that this boy is insane. Is that she might not be able to really shake him. And if you go on the mythology of Batman himself, like, Catwoman's never been able to truly shake Batman. She's never been able to really get away from him. Like, she's done dirty stuff against Batman, but she's never been able to really shake him. And that's their relationship to a core. And one of the things that's funny is that, like, in this episode with Alfred, when he was in the hospital, and he was talking to Bruce. Basically, he was like, look, don't tell anybody what happened to me, because I'm gonna deal with it myself. I was like, what the world? And this Joker starts taking off his stuff like he's about to go dip, and I was like, he's having a Batman moment. This is a Bruce Wayne Batman moment, like him just gotten stabbed, and he's about to go out and just put in work. I was like, what? And then Bruce had to like, look, you sit down. This is an order. Stay, please. I need you alive, you know? But it's a lot of different nudges to different things. There's so many like Easter eggs in this show that they just continue to loop and loop and loop and loop. And I mean, even with Gordon, I hadn't even talked about Gordon. Like, Gordon in this episode has gotten... he got himself into some dirt, man. Like, but it's bad because it's necessary dirt to get the job done. And I mean, I'm not even denying that he gets results from them. It's just what he's doing is he's becoming the thing that he's trying to keep from happening, which is pure corruption. And I think that I said this in one of my other reviews, but either you die being the hero, or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain. Aaron A. Hart from The Dark Knight said that, but it's really true in the sense of this show, because it's so dark and the world is so crazy that you have to cut corners to just stay alive, to just survive. So what is gonna become of Gordon in the midst of all these things happening? I mean, his wife she was already messed up. But just touching a small pigeon of like what's going on with his lifestyle, like, she ran away just from him being connected with the stuff that's going on in this city. And I mean, he's made it his life mission to protect the city and call it his own. And I feel like he has a lot that he's gonna lose before it's over with. Like, I don't feel like he's gonna come off unscathed. I don't think physically, but emotionally and parts of the soul are gonna really disappear because of the decisions that he's making now. And I think that if you look at Bullock is a great man. He really is. He really is. But his ambitions and his need to try to stop corruption made him become corrupt. Like when we saw him in the first episode, I mean, he was willing to kill Cobblepot or Gordon in a second, just because he's gonna save his own life, you know. And that's what I think a really interesting route of this story is gonna go. But I mean, Ping was on point in this episode. Jada was on point with this episode because I mean, what comes out of her situation, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it at all. But this is really good. I guess it can be said that this was over the top, but because it was unanticipated and it was executed so well, I'd have to give this episode no less than a 9 because I really enjoyed how they did that transition from last episode to this one. What about you?
I give it a 10, bro. I give this episode a 10, man. Just because, like you said, definitely. And I mean, the thing about the show is you're already aware of most of the villains and the characters before. Like, I mean, because the comic book is, you know what I'm saying, been around. All the villains been around, heroes been around, all the characters been around. But the way they go about telling the story is, I think, is just really good. And how they introduce characters and how they introduce different plot twists, I think they do a really good job in such a way that we don't expect it. And that's really a hard thing to do. I think if I were to make kind of a series of like characters that already been established and try to introduce them in a way you've never seen before or expected, that would be a very challenge. I think they're taking on this challenge very well. Yeah. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. This episode is definitely, we talked about a lot of things that happened in the episode. I'm trying to like not be specific where it's like spoils everything, but check it out, watch it.
Definitely.
All right, Hulu account.
Yeah. Hulu or Fox. I think Fox.com also has the episodes as well.
Okay.
Yeah, but hopefully y'all enjoyed our review. Please like it if you did. Leave your comments below. Sorry we were a little bit over today, but there's just so much happened that it's hard to absorb, and we couldn't really spoil it for y'all as well. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do a spoiler review for this one at all. Just you need to watch it. And then when y'all watch it, like, we'll come back in April, we'll talk about it. So this is our sign off for Gotham for a while. SEL0220 signing out.
Joe Johnson,
Native.
I'll let you boy. Get my phone number.